Again, we're honored to have lead us in the pledge. We have Sergeant Lawrence, Sergeant Caston, Sergeant Ragland, and Airman Coker to lead us in the pledge. Gentlemen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. And gentlemen, whoever wants to go first, come up to the podium and tell us about yourself. Who's going first? Lawrence?
This is looking good.
Very good.
All right, good morning. Sergeant Donald Lawrence III. This was, I just got home last Thursday, about 2 weeks. My first deployment was in 2009 to the Al-Anbar province of Iraq. I was a gunner. Did a second tour in 2012 to Qatar. I was a team leader. And this last deployment, I was working with detainees in Guantanamo Bay. Through all my time in service, I know I've been recognized a couple times, and I really appreciate it, but to me and to the people I serve with, we're kind of just doing our job. My uncle, Mike Carbottle, he served in Vietnam, and he was actually the most decorated soldier from Clermont County that served in Vietnam. And when he came home, he put his medals in a box, and he put them in the attic, never talked about it, because to him, he was doing his job. My Uncle Gary Berwanger, he came home from Vietnam, and he didn't get this. So if I could, I'd like to take a second to thank the Vietnam veterans and welcome them home. If they could get a round of applause. Thank you, I appreciate that. Hopefully I'll be able to share this on Facebook for my from Uncle Gary to see. He'll like that.
Well, actually, you have a Vietnam vet right here, Purple Heart recipient.
Thank you for your service. So, like I said, thanks to those before me so I could do my job. On this last deployment, I was able to, through the Knights of Columbus, sponsor another soldier and becoming a Christian. He came from not knowing anything about the church, and I was able to bring him to baptism. And of all the awards I've received, being able to wear that medal on my heart is the most important to me. Serving in Guantanamo Bay is not a, you guys, you read the news, you can read what you want about it. The thing that I tried to keep in the back of my mind, I came across a Bible passage I'll share with you, and I'll leave you with this. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. But love your enemies, for he is kind to ungrateful and evil men. For by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you in return. And whether I'm there or I'm here and a driver just cut me off, not being very nice, or maybe the sheriff's writing me a ticket, if you just keep that in your mind, the kindness that you show to other people, it's going to be returned to you. Any questions?
What did you do?
What's that?
What did you do while you were over there?
I worked out a lot. Day to day over there, it's boring. You don't want to hear about it. But like I said, thanks to those before me. I couldn't do what I do without those that wore the uniform before me. I know I'm not in it today. I didn't want to save my beard. But.
Good.
Good? All right.
Morning. To piggyback off of Donnie, I want to thank Bob. You've been more than kind on my deployment. I had a son while I was gone. I was lucky enough to come home and see his birth. Bob had, a Christmas tree delivered to my wife's house. It was awesome. I had to tell him to stop sending me packages overseas. I know Donnie got more than enough as well. So thank you, Bob. Thank you, everyone, for having me.
I can tell you one thing too. This is Mr. Health Nut as well. His wife told me he loves Buckeyes, but she said don't send him any because he'll eat them. Well, again, if somebody tells me not to do something, I'm going to do it. And so I sent him a bunch of Buckeyes and was wondering, and he said, yeah, he goes, I really didn't eat them, but they sure tasted good.
Bob wanted pictures. I already ate them, so I couldn't send him the pictures. But yeah, thank you once again for your kindness while I was gone. Guantanamo Bay, Iraq, Qatar. Donnie's been with me. I've been with him. So I'm not going to go into that. But all the tours he's been on, I've been on with him. And I really wasn't prepared to speak. I saw Donnie had notes out there. I'm like, what's that? What's going on? But yeah, it's an honor to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. To give you all a heads up too, is Josh is very interested in going into politics, and so just be looking for that name.
We need him.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? I'm Sergeant Raglan. I was a mechanic over there in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It's the first time I ever been deployed. It was a really neat experience. Not only was this my first deployment, but this was my first deployment with dealing with different branches of military. They call it a JTF. It's Joint Task Force. And it was really neat to see the different types of military branches and how they interlock with one another. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, we always give our jokes about Air Force and Navy. There's always those, but we always have that camaraderie. And it was really neat to see and play into action. Got to fly my flag on the Coast Guard boat. That was really neat, something that a lot of people didn't get to do. They gave me a plaque and everything of the coordinates. It was a really neat experience. Navy, they let me, I was just telling him, they let me get on top of the one of their ships, see how everything works and everything. It was really neat. It was really neat to see. I took a lot from this experience, and leaders like Sergeant Lawrence and leaders like Sergeant Caston make me love what I do, and it's really awesome to see.
Now I can tell you, I've known this guy since he was born.
Yes, that's very true. That was before I could walk.
Absolutely.
Yeah. First Baptist Church of Amelia.
Well, again, thank you as well. Giving
Good morning. I'm Aaron Coker. I'm in the U.S. Navy. I know it's a little confusing that I'm an airman, but I'm in the Navy. I'm part of the undesignated program, that's what they call it. So instead of having one rate, I basically just kind of shadow a bunch of different rates of the airman side. So kind of get to pick eventually of what I want to do. So that's exciting. I just got back from deployment about a month ago. We were part of OIR, Operation Inherent Resolve. I was on the U.S. Harrier Truman, CVN-75, and we were in the Persian Gulf for the majority of the time, bombing ISIS, and then we went to the Mediterranean, bombed ISIS some more. We actually hold the record for most ordnance dropped on a single deployment from a carrier, so that's pretty cool. I've only been in the Navy for less than a year. I've already seen half the world, so really happy about that. Just want to thank Bob for inviting me here today. So, thank you.
All right, we have some certificates we want to present you guys, so four of y'all come on up to the podium. Glasses here. All right, Sergeant Caston. This is a certificate of appreciation, again presented to Sergeant Joshua Caston, United States Army National Guard. We thank you for the courageous commitment to serving our country while supporting Operation Enduring Freedom, Joint Task Force Guantanamo Bay. Your bravery and dedication to the cause of freedom are to be commended. Clermont County is proud of you, and a grateful county salutes you. So we commend you for your service and welcome you home. Signed by the Board of Commissioners, myself, David Jubal, and Ed Humphrey. On behalf of the board, Commissioners in Clermont County, I want to thank you for your service and how much it means to us. Thank you, brother. All right, Ragland. The certificate of appreciation presented to Sergeant Trent Ragland, United States Army National Guard. Again, we thank you for your courageous commitment to serving our country while supporting Operation Enduring Freedom Joint Task Force, Guantanamo Bay. Your bravery and dedication to the cause of freedom are to be commended. Clermont County is proud of you, and the Grateful County salutes you. We commend you for your service, and we welcome you home. Again, signed by the Board of Commissioners, myself, David Jubal, and Ed Humphreys. So again, thank you so much. All right, Lawrence, where are you? Again, certificate of appreciation to Staff Sergeant Donnie Lawrence, United States Army National Guard. And we thank you for your courageous commitment to serving our country while supporting Operation Enduring Freedom, Joint Task Force Guantanamo Bay. Again, your bravery and dedication to the cause of freedom are to be commended. Clermont County is proud of you, and the Grateful County salutes you. We commend you for your service, and we welcome you home. Signed by, again, the board, myself, David Jubal, and Ed Humphrey. So I'll present this to you.
Last but not least, Airman Nick Coker, United States Navy. Airman, I would expect something else, but that's okay. We thank you for your courageous commitment to serving our country while supporting Operation Inherent Resolve. Your bravery and dedication to the cause of freedom are to be commended. Clermont County is proud to you, and in a grateful county salutes you. We commend you for your service and welcome you home. Signed by the Board of County Commissioners, Bob Proud, David Jubal, and Ed Humphrey. So, yeah.
Now, gentlemen, you're not dismissed yet.
And I have a picture?
We've got other presentations.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Now, this is something I did not tell you all about. Howard? Yes, right. You get to go first this time.
Thank you. Guys, people often ask me what was Vietnam like in the rainy season. Let's go outside. And it rained, and it rained. Now, each one of you, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Got a coin here from Clermont County.
Sir.
Veterans. There are 15,972 veterans in Clermont County. Wasn't too long ago, we had 16,050. I'm very proud of you on behalf of those and the other members of my board. And I went to a reunion over the weekend in Detroit City. Don't be afraid to go to Detroit. It was nice. But I'll tell you what, I'm just so proud of you guys. If you get a chance while you're here, please come up to the 3rd floor. And that's on the building right over here, the election building. And come up and see us, tour our facility. We're very proud of it. We had Executive Director Tanzel from Ohio Veterans Services there yesterday, and he loved our office, and I was very proud of that. And again, I thank you. It's a pleasure to know each one of you. Now you're going to see probably a Marine.
Sheriff?
I'm next?
You're next, buddy.
All right. Usually save the worst for last.
I know. That's because you're retiring this year, so I thought it would be
Now,
nice.
this might be my last one of these.
Hopefully not.
No, hopefully not. Thanks again. Thanks for your service. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Good to see you again. A couple of things Donnie said. He was joking about writing tickets. I don't do that. I'm the boss. I don't work very hard. The troops do all the work. I actually say that all the time. Just like in any branch of the service, in the sheriff's office, something goes wrong, I'm responsible for it. We do things right, the troops get the credit, not the boss. I might direct the ship in the direction or the troops in the direction we want to go, but we don't get there without them. So same with you guys. I know some of you probably had officers, good officers, not so good officers. Some would take the credit, some wouldn't. You guys deserve the credit for what happens in the trenches, okay? The other thing, religion. these guys probably have enough, but there's elected officials that could use a little bit more religion. So keep working on that. And as far as politics goes, do you think you've got time to run for president this year? I can say this because I'm retiring and I don't need any more votes. The way I see it, the pickings are a little slim. And I'll leave it at that. Well, in any event, thank you for inviting me, Bob, again. It's a pleasure. And gentlemen, it's an honor to be here with you. I've got a certificate here. It doesn't say a whole lot, but it means a lot. I'm short on words. These guys have the long, wordy certificates, but mine basically say certificate of recognition with my sheriff's star on it, the name of the individuals, signed by me and dated today, and recognized for their military service in the Army, the Navy, or whatever. So, Donnie, here's yours. Thank you again. Sergeant, thank you. Airman, you're in the Navy and you're an airman. Okay, because I tried to pick up on that. You were assigned, but you're assigned to the Navy?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, but you're an airman.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. We've got that right. Sometimes we get the wrong branch of service. And Josh, Sergeant, there you go. Thank you. Now I have something else for you. Now you got one of these earlier.
I do.
Okay, he's an honest man. He
keep mine
could have
in
said,
my car.
no, I never got one. These are, I've got to deplete these before I leave office. I've got a few hundred left. But this is a challenge coin I give to returning vets, military personnel, and other important people. So there you go.
Thanks, sir.
And on the back, you can see where Clermont County is. It's in red. You can show people
Thanks.
as you travel around.
It's not a get out of jail free card, though.
Some people have used those and been successful with it. But I won't tell you how to do it. Whatever works, hey, what the heck, go for it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And we want to thank the
you again.
sheriff, too, for his service, because
Thank you, sir.
sheriff's a Marine.
Yes, I was going to ask, where are the Marines? Probably still asleep. No, they're probably overseas still, many of them. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
We're honored also to have with us our two state representatives, Representative Doug Green and Representative John Becker. So you guys had no idea about this, did you? Except Donnie, he's been through this.
Well, I know we're pressed for time, but that's too bad.
That's right.
It's an honor for Representative Becker and I to be here today to present these recognitions on behalf of the Ohio House of Representatives to our returning military personnel. Two real brief stories. I was only going to use one, but then the conversation hit about get out of jail free. As I first entered the legislature, I happened to be speaking to the colonel of the Ohio Highway Patrol. And in joking, I asked him, could you give me something to get me out of speeding tickets? And he said, yes, I have a plaque that goes right on your dash. And it says, slow down.
Thanks.
But on a more serious note, with three of the four, started calling them detainees, I'm sorry. Babysitters for the detainees. I mean, those who are in service in Guantanamo. I had a conversation recently with our sheriff-elect in Brown County, who was just recently honored being earning the rank of Brigadier General in the Army Reserves. When he was deployed, he was sent back to D.C. for a week of schooling. And he had an afternoon off, and they said, just go enjoy the afternoon. So he'd never been to the mall in D.C., and he made a quick trip up, and he was headed toward the World War II Memorial, and he had this young man just jump right out in front of him in an orange jumpsuit and explained to him that they were doing a reenactment of Guantanamo, and they were showing how deplorable and how extremely mistreated the detainees were there. And he said, I guess the guy didn't understand or didn't recognize my short haircut, first of all. And he said I wasn't in uniform. So he thought about it a second. He said, sir, it's warm here today, about 95 degrees, and you're doing a 2-hour stint with your reenactment. I left a bunch of men Over in the Middle East, temperatures in excess of 120 degrees with, 85-pound gear on, who don't have 2-hour tours of duty. And I want to tell you, the difference between us and them is they kill their prisoners. I appreciate those who serve. I appreciate the dedication that you all have given to our country and to your job. I know you say it's just your job, but you've done it well. Thank you. And Representative?
Thank you.
Did you have anything you wanted to say?
Sure.
I'm sorry, I kind of took the mic, didn't
No,
I?
you're doing fine. I'm John Becker. I'm state representative for the northern third of Clermont County. It's Union Township, Miami, Goshen, Stone Lick, Wayne, City of Milford, and the corner of Loveland inside Clermont County. I'm going to be very brief. I certainly can't top Representative Green, nor would I try. I've never worn the uniform, never served in the military. I think because of that, I greatly appreciate those who do and who have, and all I can say is thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Steve?
Well, what an honor it is to be here today with such a distinguished group of Ohioans. And on behalf of Governor Kasich and Lieutenant Governor Taylor, I have just a brief certificate that I would like to present to you. On behalf of the state of Ohio, thank you for your service to our state and our nation in the armed forces. We are truly blessed to live in a land of unparalleled liberty and opportunity, but those blessings do not come without a cost. It is nearly impossible for the average person to fully understand all that you've experienced during your military service, but everyone can be thankful for your commitment to our nation. We owe you a debt of gratitude which can never fully be repaid. Signed humbly by the Governor and Lieutenant Governor. I tried to get them all there.
All right, Andrew.
Good morning. On behalf of Congressman Wenstrup, welcome home. As your representative to the United States Congress, our office would like to express our sincere gratitude for your service to our country. The freedom that our nation now enjoys is due in large part to the sacrifices made by individuals who commit themselves to military service. The 2nd Congressional District of Ohio is fortunate to have young men like you who are willing to make that commitment. Once again, thank you for your honorable service to our country. Please accept our best wishes for today and into the future. If you ever need anything, please do not hesitate to contact our office. And I have letters from the congressman for each of you.
We had 3 others who unfortunately could not be with us today, so we could have a potential of 7 here recognizing. But we have Specialist T.J. Boyd, Specialist Brittany Riley, and Petty Officer 2nd Class Tyler Williams, the Navy, that could not be with us too. But let's just show these guys how much we appreciate them and welcome them home. Picture with all the presenters, please.
Hey, Bob, with so many people, it'd be easier for the 3 of us to stand back.
We could do
I
that.
don't know if we're going to have enough for having a second row.
That's true. We could do that. Absolutely, we could do that.
Otherwise,
You're right. We'll stand back here. So
We'll be the second row.
Good to see you.
Good to see you to stand on a chair so we can see you, Bob.
absolutely. No, just look for the glare.
It's a halo, not a glare.
Are you good? Is this a wide angle?
The window.
All right, we'll do a couple. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, wait a minute, let's get one more. Hey, Josh, why don't you get your son? Yeah, why don't you get your son? Let's get a picture. Yeah, this would be awesome to get a picture with him.
We'll get our honorary.
Hey, he's smiling now.
Absolutely.
All right.
There we go.
All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great, thank you.
Here, good to see you soon. Okay.
And I want to thank Sergeant Caston too for Josh. He actually brought back gave to me a flag that was flown there at Guantanamo Bay in my honor, and I appreciate that very much. And my office is already in its little flag case with a certificate, so appreciate that as well.
Bob Proud Museum.
Yeah.
Quite a bit in there.
And so you all definitely feel you don't have to sit through the rest of this, and you probably wouldn't want to.
Thanks.
Well, thank you. Now, y'all watch this afternoon. Go on Clermont County, the YouTube station, and you can see our session on YouTube as well.
All right, Doug. What's that?
Okay.
Those are the three. Yeah, leave them here for Bob. I'm sure.
Yeah, I can leave them here. I gotta get to the other ones.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice job, Aaron. Yeah.
Good to see you. Take care, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much. See you on Facebook.
Yes, thank you.
Tell Alex hello.
I sure will.
Nick's brother, Alex, Marine that served in Afghanistan.
Wow.
And so, not bad. All right, gentlemen, we ready to go back to the podium? We have a proclamation for the League of Women Voters. Teresa? Yo, you guys are good. All right. Come on down. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are
Good.
you?
Oops, excuse me. All right, we have a proclamation. This is for the 96th anniversary of the National League of Women Voters Making Democracy Work Day. Whereas the League of Women Voters of Clermont County is where hands-on work to safeguard democracy leads to civic improvement. And whereas the League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization that has fought since 1920 to improve our system of government and impact public policies through citizen education and advocacy. Whereas Women's Equality Day, August 26, marks the 96th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which gave United States women full voting rights. And whereas League members are constantly striving to serve their communities to improve the quality of life for all citizens. Whereas the League of Women Voters of Clermont County collaborates with other organizations to achieve mutual goals, increase civic participation, create lasting change in the community, and to make democracy work. And whereas the League for 96 years has held the public trust by respectfully bringing elected leaders and the public together through nonpartisan civil means and through thoughtfully advancing solutions. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Board of Clermont County Commissioners, do hereby declare August 26, 2016 as the League of Women Voters Making Democracy Work Day in honor of the League of Women Voters' 96th anniversary, and urge all residents of Clermont County to acknowledge the significance of the League of Women Voters in our community. Again, the League of Women Voters Making Democracy Work Day, signed by the Board of County Commissioners, myself, David Jubal, and Ed Humphrey. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners in Clermont County, We want to present this to you all and thank you all for what you do, making our county much better too. So I'm sure you want to say a few words?
No.
Yeah. You
You want to say a couple of words?
Sure.
That's okay.
Tell us about the event you have coming up.
That we can do.
Yeah, there you go.
On the 30th,
Tuesday the 30th.
Tuesday the 30th, we will have the annual Orphan-Gatch Citizenship Award at Holiday Inn Eastgate at 5:30. We invite everyone to come, and we have 4 wonderful nominees again this year, and we will name a winner that night, and we look forward to it. Thank you.
So if somebody wanted to join the league, how can they do that?
Go to our website, and we have all the information there at lwvclermont.com.
I think it's .org. But
Dot
I'm not
org.
sure. I haven't booked
Try
it,
either
so-
one.
I wasn't ready for this, Bob. I'm sorry.
Try either one.
That's what Google's for.
It's try either one. Thank you very
All right,
much for
thank you
having us
all.
today.
Thank you. Yeah, let's get a picture. Teresa, don't go any further. So much. That's what you guys do. Here.
I get a electronic copy of
Oh,
that.
and you know that?
Chance.
Sure. In the park.
We'll make sure.
Okay, I'll send it to Teresa. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yes, on September 27th at Holiday
Oh, yeah.
Send it to Teresa.
Absolutely. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah,
And
so we can
again-
put it on the program.
And again, this will be
those
too
things
on
together.
YouTube this afternoon, this whole session, the presentation of that. So just get on YouTube, Clermont County. Yeah, see yourself. All right, item number 2 on our agenda is Resolution 130-16 to pay our bills in the amount of $2,102,489.11. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution to pay our bills?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. All right, item 3, Suki.
Morning, Suki Sheets with the Office Management and Budget, and item 3 is a recommendation to adopt Resolution 131-16, and this is for this month's certification of delinquent utility charges to the properties. We have $22,874.05 for sewer, $19,993.09 for water, and $12,390.49 for the miscellaneous utility charges.
Is there a motion then to adopt Resolution 131-16 as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And 4.
And item 4 is a request to adopt Resolution 132-16. This will be for the Village of Batavia delinquent utilities. It's $71 for sewer, $32.60 for water, $85 for miscellaneous charges, and $11.28 for penalty. These will be certified to the properties.
Is there a motion to adopt Resolution number 132-16 as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Lyle, item 5, please.
Morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Water Resource Department, and item number 5 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 133-16, resolving to amend the rules and regulations of the Clermont County Water Resources Department to revise the fees associated with water meters as outlined in Schedule 2 entitled Water Meter and Installation Fees, with all existing provisions for water meter fees and charges in conflict be hereby repealed, and the revised fees would be effective October 1st, 2016, and this is in compliance with Section 6103.02 of the Ohio Revised Code. So we publicly bid our water meters, our 5/8 by 3/4 through 8-inch meters earlier this year, and then on June 29th, the board approved a contract with HD Waterworks for purchase of those. So these revised fees reflect those costs plus 10% and also include the transmitter unit for the new AMI advanced metering infrastructure.
Is there a motion then to adopt Resolution 133-16 as recommended?
So moved.
Mr. Hubel. Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 6, please.
Item number 6 is a recommendation to execute a contract for professional services between the Board of Commissioners and Ohio Valley Environmental Engineering, doing business as Environmental Engineering Services out of New Richmond, Ohio. And this is relative to the Locust Lake Lift Station and Conveyance Improvements projects located in Pierce Township, in accordance with the consultant's proposal dated July 15th, 2016, and revised on July 25th, 2016, for a total amount not to exceed $84,680, with said services to be completed within 185 consecutive calendar days upon issuance of a written notice to proceed from the Water Resources Department, exclusive of county review time, and pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and the issuance of a purchase order. And this entails improvements to the collection system downstream of the lift station. Currently, we can only run one of the pumps. It's a duplex pump station. And in order to keep up with wet weather flows that we sometimes experience at that lift station, we'll put in a separate, they're going to design an additional force main to run parallel with the existing, and also design collection system improvements, larger pipes downstream of where the force main discharges.
Is there a motion then to execute the reference contract for professional services with a contingency as recommended?
So moved.
I will second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
While I know we have a lot of the projects are very large in scale, and we kind of go out regionally as well as nationally for quotes on this, but it's nice to see a local contractor that can
They
do
submitted a
this work.
very good proposal, and that's why they were selected for this.
That's all.
Thank you.
So how are we doing with all this rain?
As far as our collection system right now with the most recent rain events, we've been fine. We're dealing with a little issue up on 131 right now. ODOT's relocating a portion of a water main, a 16-inch water main that was put in a few years back. And they were, with the heavy rains that we experienced yesterday, they were unable to get it put back together. The creek flooded, and they were not able to complete the work. So we've had about 4 homes or 4 properties without water service. They're out there this morning. They were there at 5 o'clock this morning to continue working on it. So that's the only issue. That's the biggest issue right now that we're dealing with as a result of the rain.
Well,
is getting
hopefully the way it's
back
coming
to
down
service.
still, that you're not going to have any more.
Right.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Suki, item 7.
Back
please.
for item 7. Item 7 is a recommendation to approve the request for the countywide membership in the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Cooperative Purchasing Program. This will be for next year. It starts October of this year through September 30th of next year. There's a $300 fee. We utilize all the state contracts to get a pricing for certain items that they have, one of the biggest ones being fuel.
Is there a motion then to approve the request for the countywide membership and to authorize payment of the administrative fee as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Suki,
Yeah.
the fuel is used not only by the county, but I guess the CTC as well. Is that
Yes,
part of it?
It goes into our fuel depot on Filliger, so the engineer, Water Resources, CTC, Sheriff, everybody that runs through the fleet operation can fuel up there.
Does Lycans have the,
Lycans actually distributes, even for the state. If
Yeah.
it was the state pricing, Lycans will be the distributor for both those and the Hamilton County that we did a couple of months ago.
good. Item 8, please.
Item 8 is a recommendation, John Cascaden, Director, Department of Public Safety Services, with my concurrence, to execute change order number 2 to the contract for services with Peck Hannaford and Briggs Service Corporation of Cincinnati for HVAC maintenance repair services for HVAC equipment located at Clermont County Tower sites, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on 5/11/16 and amended on 8/3/16. This adds maintenance repair services for 2 units at the Mount Repose Tower site located in Milford, Ohio. As more fully described therein, which represents an increase of $2,250 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $24,750, and is contingent upon a release of the purchase order.
Is there a motion then to execute change order number 2 to the reference contract for services with a contingency as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Andy, item 9.
Good morning. This is a recommendation to appoint or reappoint members to the SOA CDF County Review Committee for the term of 8/1/16 through
What does that mean?
7/31/17. Southern Ohio Agricultural and Community Development Foundation. And members are Commissioner Ubel, Lori Lenhart, Adele Evans, myself, and Sam DeBonis.
Is there a motion then to make the appointments and reappointments as recommended?
Nobody minds. I'll make the appointment to appoint the other members and myself. So,
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay, and nobody minds, trust me.
Actually, it's a great group. I've enjoyed it over the years.
It is a good group.
Yeah.
All right, Sherry, item 10, please.
Good morning, Sherry Smar, Community and Economic Development. I have a recommendation of Andy Kutka, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to appoint and/or reappoint the following individuals to serve on the Clermont County Housing Advisory Committee, to be responsible for providing the Board of County Commissioners a prioritized listing of specific housing needs and opportunities in regards to the future Community Development Block Grant Program funding, as well as to offer guidance on the development of policies that can address these needs and opportunities. It's for a term starting 9/1/2016 through 8/31/17. The individuals are Edward Humphrey, Greg Carson, Nina Creech, Andy Kutka, Tim Holland, Kelly Kenyon, Jamie Fightmaster, Don Stutz, Judy Eschman, Ken Stringer, Marshetta Gillum, Julian Nesbitt, Sharon Richmond, Candy Holbrook, Bonnie Batchelor, Susan McKinley, Jesse Lyons, Leanne Watson, Debbie Queener, and Paul Queener.
All right, is there a motion then to make the appointments or the reappointments to our county's Housing Advisory Committee as recommended?
If nobody minds, I'll make that motion. I'm on that board.
I don't mind at all. I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay, I definitely don't mind. 11, please.
I have a recommendation of Andy Kutka, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute a subrecipient agreement by and between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and the YWCA of Greater Cincinnati, located on 55 South 4th Street, Batavia, Ohio, for funding in the amount of $22,162 for project number 2015-02.6 relative to the House of Peace Domestic Violence Shelter Improvements Project, in concert with the Clermont County Community Development Block Grant for fiscal year 2015, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon the release of the purchase order.
Is there a motion to execute the reference sub-recipient agreement with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. 12. You're doing well.
I could just finish reading the rest of them. I have a recommendation of Andy Kutka, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to authorize Robert Proud, President of the Board of County Commissioners, or in his absence, any other member of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the grant agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Columbus Field Office, Office of Community Planning and Development, located on North High Street in Columbus, Ohio, including all understandings and assurances relative thereto for the provision of funding for grant number B16 UC 390010, relative to the fiscal year 2016 U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Community Development Block Grant Program for the County of Clermont, Ohio, in the amount of $900,466 for the grant period beginning 7/1/2016 through September 1st, 2023, pursuant to and in compliance with terms and conditions set forth therein, in concert with the application for federal assistance ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on May 18th, 2016. The projects are the Village of Williamsburg, People Working Cooperatively, Clermont County Senior Services, Village of Owensville, City of Milford, Habitat for Humanity, Housing Opportunities Made Equal, Clermont County General Health District, Clermont County Community Alternative Sentence Center, Fair Housing Program, and administrative costs.
Is there a motion to execute the reference grant agreement as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thank you.
Steve, that cask allocation, is it the same amount as last year? 71 or about?
About the same amount, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Item 13, please.
Item 13 is a recommendation of Pat Marner, County Engineer, with my concurrence to authorize the release of performance bonds for sidewalks in the amount as follows for the following subdivision located in Union Township. This is the Reserves at Liberty Crossing subdivision, Section 2, Union Township, for $23,590.
Is there a motion then to approve the release of the performance bond for sidewalks as recommended?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 14, please.
14 is my recommendation to acknowledge the receipt of notifications from Pat Monger, County Engineer, on 8/8 of 2016 and 8/16 of 2016 of his determination to close the following road to through traffic. The understanding in all advance warnings and detour signs will be erected and maintained accordingly. This is Bethel New Richmond Road, beginning August 10th through Tuesday, August 16th.
Is there a motion then to acknowledge the receipt of the road closure from our county engineer of Bethel, New Richmond Road as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay.
I guess it's kind of after the fact, right?
Yes, there.
Well, they actually extended it last night, which is referenced there until Friday the 19th.
Okay.
15, please.
15 is recommendation of Pat Monger, my concurrence to execute record plat number 629-2973 for replats of lots in Lexington's Run Champions Crossing Subdivision, Phase 4, Batavia Township. This is to create new lot numbers.
Motion then to execute the reference record plat as recommended.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And 16. Bob.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Sander, Human Resources. Item 16 is a recommendation with the concurrence of Thomas Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, to amend Section 4.08 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual entitled Reimbursement of Travel Expenses, which includes a maximum pre-tax reimbursement percentage for any and all gratuities for meals as outlined in Exhibit A attached thereto and made a part thereof effective 9/16/2016, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Is there a motion then to make the amendment and also all of the updates as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And 17, please.
Item 17 is a recommendation with the concurrence of Thomas Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, to amend Section 4.10 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual entitled Holiday Leave in and as it relates to subsection F, which further defines and clarifies the application and calculation of holiday pay as outlined in Exhibit A attached thereto and made a part thereof effective 9/16/2016, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly. We're doing this to clear up any question about what we mean in the way of holiday pay.
Is there a motion then to amend Section 4.10 of our Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual and make the updates as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thanks, Ron. Ron, you have 18?
Good morning.
Morning.
This is my recommendation as the Benefits Coordinator and Haran Associates Incorporated with the concurrence of Thomas Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, to one, resolve to accept the vendor recommendations for medical and group health benefits for the 2017 health insurance benefit year as presented to the Board of County Commissioners by Haran Associates Incorporated on 3 of 2016, and to acknowledge the renewals of the listed carriers for 2017, effective January 1st, 2017 through December the 31st of 2017, and to authorize Human Resources to obtain new agreements as noted for the reference services for submittal to the Board of County Commissioners for ratification therefore. Those vendors would be Humana Incorporated of Cincinnati for administrative functions and claim services for the county's self-insured group for medical insurance, Dental Care Plus for dental benefits, iMed Vision Care fully insured vision plan, Symetra Insurance Company for administrative services for basic life and voluntary life, and also for the long-term disability insurance plan, Shard Snyder and Associates for services for Section 125 premium conversion and also flexible spending account, P&A Administrative Services for COBRA administration, Park National Bank for administration services for the health savings account, and Tri-Health Employee Assistance Program, providing telephonic and personal counseling services to employees and family members.
Is there a motion then to accept the reference vendor recommendations and to authorize our human resources to obtain the new agreements for us to approve as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Okay, good job. Appreciate that.
Yvonne, quick question on some of these vendors. I know every year we just kind of renew their contract for another year, but some of these, like the Cobra and the Section 125 and the HSA, are there other companies that have asked to also bid on it? I'm just wondering if we're overlooking other companies that would like to be in that aren't.
We do typically go out for RFPs, or proposals, from all of the companies each year. However, we got the best bids last year from each one of these companies, and these are the companies we selected. And each one of these vendors offered us a stay on our administration costs for this year. So we recommended, or Haran recommended, that we stayed with them.
Good. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So how are we, again, looking for the open enrollment? I mean, how are we doing as far as trying to stay on course?
We're ahead of the game right now. We're ahead of where we usually are, and mostly it's because we were able to get the administration costs rolled over from year to year, so we didn't have to go through the whole vendor vetting process, and so we actually are ahead of the game this year. This is a little bit different than what we usually do. We usually bring this to you along with the cost of the medical plan of what it's going to cost the county and what it's going to cost the employee. But this year we thought that maybe to move the process along a little bit faster, that we would get the vendors approved and then they could start working on their contracts and we can get the contracts to you faster.
Awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Suki, you doing the financials, 19.
First, we have our supplemental appropriations. Into the auditor's general office, regular salaries, $12,500 for additional personnel. And into the auditor general office fringe benefits, $9,000 for those personnel. In the municipal court and magistrate salaries, $500 for a visiting judge that they required this year. Then we have a couple budget transfers from Common Pleas Adult Probation Services overtime to their fringe benefits, $1,500. And from Common Pleas Probation Improvement and Incentive Grant other expenses into their fringe benefits, $300. From the Common Pleas Probation and Incentive Grant overtime into regular salaries, $1,600. From pilot probation non-support fringe benefits into regular salaries, $2,500. From pilot probation intensive fringe benefits to regular salaries, $5,000. And from pilot probation intensive fringe benefits to other expenses, $1,000. And finally, we have a reimbursement of funds from Children's Services to Public Assistance, $446,111.68 for the April to June CPS administrative share.
Is there a motion then to approve the supplemental appropriations, budget transfer, and reimbursement of funds as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Our training and travel, 20, please.
This week we've got Clermont County Court of Common Pleas, Adult Probation Department, and cruise 6 days. Maryland for the United States Department of Justice National Institute of Corrections Evidence-Based Employment Services, not to exceed $284.05. County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Rodenberg, Steve Leahy, Chris Willis, Paul Camphouse, Chris Stratton, and Jim Maloney, 4 days, Sandusky, Ohio, at Buckeye Sheriff Association 86th Annual Conference. Estimated not to exceed $7,596. Clermont County Water Resources Department, James Pindell, Kevin Saunders, Terry Stockelman, 1 day, Middletown, Ohio. Southwest Ohio Water Environment Association section meeting, estimated not to exceed $105. Bill Millman, 1 day, Hamilton, Ohio, Butler County Soil and Water Conservation Workshop, estimated not to exceed $25. Bill Millman, 3 days, Columbus, Ohio, for the 2016 Ohio Geographic Information Systems Conference, not to exceed $1,005.10. And Greg Sudenberg, 2 days, Hillsborough, Ohio, for license renewal workshops for water and wastewater operators, estimated not to exceed $218. In Department of Job and Family Services, Jamie Villanelle, 2 days, Youngstown, Ohio, transporting a child from a hospital in Youngstown to Cincinnati's Children's Hospital, not to exceed $130.01.
Is there a motion to approve our training and travel requests as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And personnel, 21, please.
Building Inspection Department, Heather Bueller, Permit Specialist 1, end of probation effective 8/23. Clermont County Transportation Connection, Bethany Dykeman, Vehicle Operator, non-CDL, new hire to a vacant position effective 8/29. Kathy Alsip, Vehicle Operator, non-CDL, new hire to a vacant position effective 9/12. Department of Job and Family Services, Kathleen Martin, Investigator 3, retirement effective 8/31. Water Resources Department, Joshua Closer, WRD Maintenance Specialist, to rehire to vacant position 8/29. Jason Stevens, WRD Maintenance Tech 1, new hire to vacant position effective 8/29. And Joseph Gaddick, WRD Maintenance Tech 1, new hire vacant position effective 8/29.
Is there a motion to approve our personal actions as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. We've had a request for an executive session pursuant to Section 121.22G4 of the Ohio Revised Code, and that's to prepare for, conduct, or review negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment. Is there a motion to go into executive session under that section for those reasons?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. We'll be back in a little bit. Let the record show the board came out of executive session and has resumed its regular session, again with no decisions made. And gentlemen, we have the minutes from today's session in front of us, and when you're ready, entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve today's minutes from August 17, 2016.
Second.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. No further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thank you all, and God bless.